Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat Shay, and you are watching Shay with the Hobbies. It is Saturday, January 21st, and it is time for another short story Saturday. I've actually been doing really good this week, getting a lot of words in, and my goal is to get 1,000 words in today on this twin thriller short story I've been working on. Right now, the document is up to 1,358. I think 300 of those are like brain dumps about the story, so we're probably like a little bit over 1,000. And my goal for the first draft is 4,000. So I think I like to put a nice little dent in that today for sure. But that's what I'm gonna be working on. What about my lovely co-host as she introduces herself?
Hello. I am Maya Wright. Today, the first friend at least, I'm going to be working on day job stuff, but then I'm probably going to switch focus over to my college romance and figuring out more of like Act 2 specifically, and also Act 3. That would probably also be good.
Okay. So that's a little bit of work. That's a little bit of work. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Well, I'm trying to make sure I get the tweet up because, of course, I didn't do it already. So and we are gonna do use Gazelle's warm up timers or wilderness timers. So we'll do a 10-minute warm up, and then a 15, and then a 20, and then seeing how we feel, we'll do a 30, and then go back down 20, 15, 10. I don't think we got anybody in here. I'll put the question up as well as the banner. All right, and okay, there we go. Look at that. All right, y'all. In three, two, one. Y'all write them words. All right. How did everybody do? Let me know how you did in the comments. How did my lovely co-host do?
So I am halfway through this first section. Um, yeah, that was more than I thought I would get done, honestly, in 10 minutes.
Hmm. When you
um,
focus, it's a lot. It's a lot of time when you focus.
right. Um, but yeah, that one went well for me. How about you?
It went really good. So right before we went live, when I was like, I'll be right back, I did my yoga to like get myself like ready and da-da-da. And so it got me feeling good. I got 116 words that time. Got through a little bit of admin stuff. I'm thinking that this next one will give me enough time to scramble me some eggs because I'm like, okay, you're hungry. You need to eat something.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm trying to figure
and
out what
it,
I can cook real
right.
quick.
Right. And what I wrote was merely just, brain dump stuff to get me in the practice of writing again. So I know that by the 20 and 30 sprint, I'll be ready to like tackle this story. What is your number one writing goal for the year?
Um, my number one writing goal is, you know what? I think it's to finish this draft of Project Life Guide. I've been like attempting to work on that for like
Mm-hmm.
most of 2022. So I would really like to see that get to a completed first draft. I also want to put, okay, this is like the number two goal, but I also want to put out more things into the world. So
Mm-hmm.
doing more submissions, even if they end up rejected, that's still something that was done, and kind of train myself to not take rejection super personally when it comes to my
Come on
writing.
now. We definitely talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good times, lots of goals.
We even
Number
hit,
one,
we even
Project
hit
Life
on
Guide
that.
though.
We even hit on that a little bit in the Riley conversation that just happened.
Hey.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's really hard not to take rejection personal, but it is imperative that you not take it personal for sure. My number one writing goal for 2023 is to publish something. I published something in 2021. It was a part of anthology. This year, if I get into another anthology, that would be great too. But if I don't, at the very least, I would like to publish either like another short story, like for people to be able to buy, or a novella. My goal is to publish a novella. I would love to publish Blankets and Burglaries before the end of 2023. But we shall see. We got two comments. Hey, good morning. It's one of those days, so I'm just getting out of bed. We had to move it down. It's supposed to be at 8, and I woke up at 6 something. Was like, I'm not gonna be ready at 8. I'm gonna just go ahead and get some more sleep. And then I was still sleepy when Maya hopped on the link, and so I was like, yeah, let's do our yoga to wake us up. So some food is definitely going to help. I am gonna also get coffee made. Good morning, Samantha. Good morning. Getting the first cup of coffee made. I'm getting a lot of drafting done this year in Polish one book a minute. See, I'm trying to do the same. Trying to do the same. Yay, we can keep each other accountable for sure. I was just thinking. So I know tomorrow we are going to make a trip to Tulsa. They have like a black and queer brunch that me and Twin are gonna go check out tomorrow. And so I don't know that I'll have a second stream. So that means in the morning we're really gonna have some fun tomorrow morning for sure. Just the FYI, I need to work on an author interview. Ooh, okay, well let's help each other get those things done then today for sure. All right, we're on our second sprint. We're still going up, so this one will be 15 minutes. And let me get our music going back again so y'all have something going on a little bit. There we go. All right. And 3, 2, 4. Hey, y'all write them words. bad, y'all. I was in the kitchen cooking and totally couldn't get to the thing in time. So my bad. How did everybody do? How my little co do?
The way I was about to text you. I got finished with the section that I was working on, so now I'm ready to move on to the next one. And food is almost done cooking, so that will probably be what I do for the next one. Also need to pay this bill. Okay, that'll also be the next sprint, I guess.
So I had to take the burner off. Oh, dang. I meant to send the text message. I just realized I didn't send this text message. I thought I sent my bad, y'all. Okay, what are we on? Okay, Venus said, I just need 3 more questions for this interview. Nice. I also realized I didn't put up a second question, so I'll definitely do that now. Right on. Y'all believe we only got 10 days until we're in the 2nd month of the year already?
Why would you say that?
I also uploaded my Missy Readathon Rec video. Nice. Okay, so that's question number 2. We'll get this timer up. How has January been treating you, and do you have anything to look forward to in the last 10 days of this month? Let me know. In 3, 2, 1. Y'all, excuse me, write them words. How did everybody do? Let me know how you did in the comments. How did my lovely co-host do? Okay, she might not be back where she can hear me. Y'all, my breakfast sandwich is made. Yay. Now, mind you, I guess I made it so good when I picked it up, the omelet part slipped right between the bagel and onto the floor. And I was like, okay, we're going to try this again. So I'm going to be eating them this next sprint. I did that. I got a few more words. Just under 200 now, but not a lot. Let's see. Venus said, I also uploaded my Miss You Readathon video. Love that. Courtney, hey, it's so good to see you. I hope you are having a fantastic day. You said gonna be watching these Miss You Readathon videos this week to put together my TBR. Love that for you. Appreciate you participating. We are so thankful. Oh, it's crazy that it knew which one I was gonna need. That's weird. Oh, it's so intuitive. Sorry, I was trying to get the next timer ready. I still want to hit 10K on my work in progress by the end of the month. That's awesome. For blankets and burglary, if I could hit 10K by the end of the month, I actually wouldn't be upset either. So that's really good. Good morning, Literary Lala. It's so good to see you. I hope you are having a fantastic Saturday morning. Deidre, hey girl, good morning. For those of you guys who don't know, Deidre dropped her announcement video for the Miss You Readathon yesterday. I have a Twitter thread all about it. And when you go to her channel, click her name and go to her channel and go watch it. It's the latest video. Duh. I'm on roll 4 beta on my blanket. Yay! I'm definitely trying to crochet as much as possible this weekend. I was thinking I was going to be able to crochet on the car ride to Tulsa, and I realized I'm the one going to be driving to Tulsa, so that's not going to be a thing. So there's that. How did you do? How are you doing?
I got breakfast, so feeling much more stable and present. Also got coffee, so we'll probably not get any withdrawal headache. How's January been treating me? Overall, not bad. Let's see. I've had a handful of rough days, but we seem to be pretty stable right now. The last 10 days of January, I don't know, just kind of more of the same. Engaging in self-care. Being around people I care about. Getting used to the whole being in 2023. Working towards goals, all that fun stuff.
My bad, I got a message and I was like, wait, let me address this real quick. So how's January been treating you? So overall, January hasn't been bad, to be true. January hasn't been bad. I've been killing my goals. I've really been killing my goals. It's I realized I didn't do my my updating one of the Discords I'm in for our goals, so I'm gonna do that. But I've been doing really good. Mental health wise, emotionally, it's been residual 2022 stuff, so I've been trying to deal with that, but other than that, it honestly hasn't been bad. Anything I'm looking forward to in the last 10 days, so we're supposed to go to a Warriors Thunder game, this brunch that I told y'all about. I'm looking forward to those two things, just because y'all know I don't really go nowhere. I don't really get out the house, so this is me getting out the house not once but twice. Now, am I going to be masked up the whole time and I'm probably going to feel away? Yes, but I did something that I haven't been doing. I've stepped out of my comfort zone, so that works for me. Okay, y'all, let's get to this. Wait, hold on. Now, I know I did not press pause on this ad, so she should have been getting her money this whole time. Anyways, okay, so question number 3. That's not what was question number 3. I did it. Let's do that while this last ad is Okay, there we go. All right, so Which of the 7 Miss CLA Readathon prompts are you the most excited about? And if you don't have an answer, you will by the time we come back, because I'm going to read off the 7 prompts. So there's that. Yay! Right. Okay. Stop. That'd be that. Dang, how much longer do we have? Oh, it's got 47 more seconds. I tried, boo. I tried. We'll watch another one. We'll do the next time. Okay, and all right, this will be our big one, and then we'll be winding down the last few ones. So, excuse me. In 3, 2, 1, y'all write the words. did everybody do? Let me know how you did in the comments. How did my lovely co-host do? Wait, the way that I was like, that's not Bina in this commercial real quick. That was like, I was a little wild right there. I was like, wait, that's not her. That's not her. That was crazy.
How did that one go? That one went well. I may or may not be trying to like rebuild my focus. But you know, we got there in the last 15, about halfway through section 2 of, I think I want to get through like 4 sections today. So we're almost there. And I did a little bit of my language studying, so that was nice. What else? Yeah, this language has been really interesting. I had a friend who was doing it, and she was saying like it does come like really natural, and like it does. I'm a little bit shook over it, but that was me. How did you do?
So I ate my food and I jammed to one of the best male R&B groups to ever walk this planet, Jagged Edge, and just remembered how much I loved their voices and their harmonies and their music, and just it was great. I took care of some admin stuff as well. I'm actually starting to feel myself kind of like crash a little bit anyway, so I know I'm gonna take my medicine in this next one. There's something else I did. I fed the dogs. Yeah, I fed the dogs. That's the other thing. And I did my Duolingo. You talked about languages. I was like, I did my languages. Okay. Let's look at the chat, and then we'll get into the 7 prompts so everybody can tell me what their favorite one is. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I really did just need y'all to know that I was grubbing and jamming over here. Like, living my very best 90s kid life. Angela said, hello, Angela, new subscriber from Cleveland, Ohio. All right, another Ohioan in the chat. Not sure what is happening right now, but I'm gonna do some writing. Is this like a writing sprint type of like, yes, ma'am? It is. Yeah, I've been trying to remember to put this banner across the bottom in case people join like in the middle of the sprint. Don't know what's going on. So yay, I'm glad it helped. And actually, I better change gears and finish this book I have to do a review on. What book are you reading? Do tell. Dejana. For those of you guys who don't know, Dejana is also one of the co-hosts for the lovely 2nd annual Missy Elliott Readathon that kicks off for Black History Month, where we'll be reading Black books all February. Okay. And I'm actually see if I can I'm gonna just pull a picture up and just do it that way so y'all can. I can just share my screen. Let's stop sharing this. Let's share this. All right, y'all. So prompt number 1 is Why You Hurt Me, a piece of short fiction by a Black author. Prompt number 2 is Izzy Izzy Ah, a book with the onomatopoeia in the title. Prompt number 3 is Samanthahess, strong Black female lead. Prompt number 4 is Pass the Blunt, or book, a Black book recommended to you by a Black person. 5 is Best Friends, a book co-authored by 2 or more Black people. 6 is Talking, and I'm like move this a little bit because I won't be able to Talking, read a book in a style you're not used to, and 7, get away, a book not set in the US or UK. So there you go. Those are the 7 prompts. Co-host, what are you most excited about of the 7?
I'm between 2. So either Why You Hurt Me or I'm Talking, because I've been wanting to get more into like reading poetry. So this will give me the chance to like discover Black poets. I have a favorite at the moment, Denez Smith. Highly recommend them. I've read both of their books. All 3. So So I may reread those for that one, but like with Why You Hurt Me, I can go to my Black sci-fi anthology and just pick a story at random. So yeah, most excited for both of those actually.
Okay, so the ones I'm most excited about are, first and foremost, Is Easy Eye, a book with onomatopoeia in the title. Because I'm going to read the group read, but I'm also going to read what's turned out to be the unofficial group read, Ring Shout. There was another book that we all read last year that was like an unofficial group read. I can't remember. I have to go through and look.
I sat here with Izzy for like 5 minutes, clapping my hands, trying to figure out if that was an onomatopoeia for clap when you read. So I kept like saying clap and then clapping. I was like, yeah, it sounds like that. Wait, no, it was a time. It was a time.
Yeah, so clap works because it's like it's a sound and a thing, right? Like, so like thunder claps, like people say. It worked. And when I typed in onomatopoeia books with onomatopoeic titles, like apparently there was like a Pop Sugar reading challenge, and so there's plenty of articles where you can find books with like the titles in there. Now to find them for Black authors is a little bit harder, but I did come up with something to put in the right video. There we go. Which Ring Shout is one of them. I'm a book reviewer on Reezy, Discovery, BookBub, Kirkus, Amazon right now. I'm reading a book called The Broken Hallelujah. It's a historical mystery. Okay. I have a few TBR books from strong Black women and then for mystery readathon. Yes. I'm hoping so too, but I'm realizing that like, unfortunately for me, what I'm realizing is when authors think strong female lead, they think like put her through a bunch of horrible stuff and like make her come out of it and be alive. I won't say she's sane or healthy or anything, but she's alive. I feel like that's toxic and I don't want that. So I'm trying to
I fully believe that like female characters in general, but especially Black female characters, like we don't actually have to go through hell and back 15 times.
Right, like when we get an assassin who's just an assassin, not an assassin who's been like raped and like family murder and all these things.
After being abandoned as a child and left floating in a river. You're doing so much.
Like, what if she's just an assassin because she want to be an assassin? I just have a tragic backstory. I just wish it was a thing.
Maybe she's just like assassinating people.
I'm writing my historical mystery romance, but I'm also sensitivity and beta reader. Unfortunately, I want to read books by BIPOC authors, but they aren't submitting them to these book review sites. I'm curious because I definitely know, as far as Kirkus goes, I know that Lizelle has gotten a few Kirkus reviews, and she's Black, and I read her stuff. But I look for them to read any book that's written by a BIPOC author, as you should. Love that for you. I also had something cool happen this week. Found out I mentioned in the acknowledgments of a book. That's so cool. I love that. All right, y'all. So we are gonna do 3, and the truth is, we're just gonna do one last 20 because we're almost to 2 hours, anyways. And your girl is like, I need to wind down. So I'm working on urban fantasy. Yes, I love these urban fantasies. I love these mysteries. Y'all know I'm a mystery writer, so whenever I find another mystery writer, I'd be so excited. That is super great. I feel like I've been mentioning acknowledgments of like one book, and I don't even talk to the person who mentioned me in the acknowledgments in their book anymore. So there's that. That's funny. Okay, y'all. In 3, 2, 1, let's write these words for this last sprint.
I did well. Did I get distracted and start texting? Absolutely. But before that, I got a lot of work done. Um, and I have like two more sections to go for the day. I might go ahead and push myself to do a total of five. Uh, so yeah, good times, good times.
Yay, yay. So let's see, what did I do? Um, look at me lying. I did some more admin stuff. Did some reading of what I'd written. Gotten some things taken care of for the Missy Readathon. Made sure the blog post went up today. So I did have blog posts go up. Um, so make sure that all was right. And then I was trying to find. I saw someone had tweeted about this Black History Month bundle of books. Oh, got you. Okay. So they had said like a Black History Month bundle. And so I was like, where do I find this bundle or do I put it together? And the press that released it just responded and say this is a DIY bundle. Okay. Because I was like, oh, I'm on the website and I don't see these three books bundled together. Because if they were, I have a copy of one of the books already and I was gonna just give it away next month during the reader time, but it didn't work out that way. Excuse me. We had nice little conversations going in the chat. Oh, okay. So, what is the Missy Elliott Readathon? The Missy Elliott Readathon is a Black History Month readathon geared to reading nothing but Black authors for the entire month of February. There are 7 prompts, all which are stackable, meaning that a book can fit more than one prompt, and that satisfied the challenge. There are 2 group reads: "Clap When You Land" by Elizabeth Acevedo and Africa Risen. It is edited by 3 different editors, the first one being Cherie Renee Thomas. And if you read those 2 books during the month of February, you'll be able to have completed all seven prompts. The theme this year is Super Duper Fly Reads. It is based off of Missy Elliott's very first album, Super Duper Fly. So all of the prompts come from song tracks on that album. Let me know if you have some more questions about that. Yep. I said ring shout. Deidre said ring shout, and then I think they said she was gonna read ring shout. So I don't know if Britt will. I mean, if there's an audio book, maybe she will. But that's at least 3 of the 4 hosts that are reading it, so that makes it an unofficial unofficial group read. And just said the books on Kirkus are usually snatched up right away and are given to non-BIPOC readers to review strange. Yeah. Had a hard time finding books that weren't children's books. Yeah. So what I did first was like go look up onomatopoeia words. And so like words that are onomatopoeia, usually when I see them, they're in the titles of like romance or cozy mysteries. Like especially like pet ones, like meow or bark or stuff like that. You're
Yeah, that was
so
definitely the struggle that I had as well. Seeing, yeah, just mainly like 90% children's books.
right, which is fine. There's still a book
Yeah.
that's read, and technically, for most of y'all, it will probably be outside of your normal, so it probably fit 2 prompts.
Oh, that
Not
is
only
true.
Automia, but a book that's in a style you're not used to. So,
You're
I
right.
was
You're
gonna
right.
do Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, but then it was written by a white man, so that didn't happen.
Yeah, I was gonna
I was
do
like,
that. I
Chicka
want to
Chicka
do
Boom
that
Boom,
one, and then
right?
I was like, no, I don't think that was written by somebody black.
Y'all, what is Shel Silverstein? I've been trying to figure this out for the longest.
I believe he's Jewish, but I think he's white.
Okay. I thought Silverstein definitely
Yeah.
give that first part for sure, but I wasn't sure because like I remember as a kid being like he don't look like what I thought he looked like. So there's that. There's that.
Yeah.
I've noticed some readers are rejecting the strong Black female lead too because they think it means go through it. Right? Like why? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Angela's in the chat letting anybody know if you have published your book already. She would love to read your work. So definitely drop the links or message her, reach out to her to let her know what it is. But yeah, no worries. I'm not tripping at all. I mean, so yes, because they be praising these characters that act dumb, talking about they like that they weren't the strong black lead. Man, whatever. So me, strong black lead doesn't just mean strong through adversity. To me, it means like was this a strong character? Like, did you
Mm-hmm.
write the character well? Did they hold their own? Whether I liked them or didn't like them in the story, was it a strong character? And I feel like that's what I think of when I do that, because when I think of strong black female leads in movies, I don't just think that the main character is black. I feel like the actress embodies that character in a very full way for me. So,
Yeah. Because, like, I'm not even
Angela,
gonna lie. I would love to see, like, a black bimbo character who just carries the entire book on her back. Like, that would absolutely be a strong black female lead for me. Just
right,
very strong in the story.
right,
So,
because I'm not gonna hold you like a black Elle Woods, like a black
absolutely.
look. I would like really like a
Absolutely.
boot like somebody take Hillary and give Hillary a story, like a really good story where like
I
I
would
I would read it. Even though I'm
I
not
would
a
be so
Hillary
okay with
fan. Like
that.
I'm not like, but if you gave Hillary or Whitley a book and they were doing something, I'd watch it because their personalities are so strong.
Hmm.
Whether like, and they are damsels, like damsels women, like they're not trying to rescue the world, they're trying to be
Not at
rescued,
all.
right?
They're not even
But
trying to rescue themselves. They just,
right,
I am
right, they're just
here.
like,
I've
no,
done the work.
get somebody else to do it. Daddy, can you do it? Daddy, you're not gonna do it, daddy? Okay. Like I would read that. I'd read that.
Absolutely.
So Angela, story graph is what a lot of us are trying to migrate over to completely from Goodreads. I want to say is story graph black owned? I feel like it's black owned. Did I make that up?
I mm,
Let me know, because I feel
I
like that was part of the
think
reason why people were talking about
I
like
feel
moving
like
over
somebody
to it and
said
it being more
that.
tickets. If it's not, I know it's definitely like an indie thing, so it's not Amazon. So I know that's another reason that
Like, I'm
people are
almost
pulling
certain that it's woman owned, but I
it.
feel like I've heard it said
I
that
feel
it's
like I've
black
heard that too.
owned.
Vina would know. Vina's in the chat. Vina would know more than anybody else. That I could think of right off the top of my head. What was I gonna say? Okay, so on Storygraph, they have where you can add challenges and buddy reads and things like that. And so we created a challenge there. So if you go and click the link for the Storygraph challenge, it'll take you there where the prompts are. You can see all the people who are also participating via Storygraph. You can also see what other books other people have added to fit the prompts, and that can help you come up with ideas as well, because that's good. It's definitely helped me. Woo, tongue tied this morning. Also, welcome to the book community for sure. Now I think the description box automatically updated because it wasn't earlier. So all of our stuff should be in the description box for sure, but if not, I'll put in like directly afterwards. Yes, welcome, welcome. Let me tell you something. If I had known that you could write or read books for a living, I would never have gone to law school. Girl, I still go to law school, but I hear you. Because the other part of writing books in this culture is like you need a lawyer to look at that daggone contract they have people sign. Because, ooh, baby.
Hmm.
I'm writing down everyone's name so I can look you guys up later on to join your social media groups. So glad to be around other BIPOC writers and readers. It's just different type of audience. I come to your channel. I came to your channel after watching you do a group session with some other women. I think you're talking about the Evergreen Writing Oasis that happened in 2020. Did you ever create that business plan for writers? Actually, yeah, I've been working on it a lot, slowly but surely. Last year, this year, I'm hoping to implement it with my book and a couple of other people who are trying to release books this year. So there's a plan working. Once we get through it and see how it works and get the kinks out, it'll definitely be a video and information on how to help people. Courtney says ring shot book is good and the audio is amazing. I highly suggest the audio. Well, there you go. I'm definitely do it. Alice Feeney, what is she? I don't know. I don't know
That
who's that.
is a white girly.
Oh, got you. Yes, these characters be having no personality. No, no. I swear Storygraph is black though. Okay. Okay, they are black. Okay, see, y'all know I was like, I think they black, but I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be like, I don't know. Thank you. Okay, I do reviews on Goodreads too. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, yeah, look it up. We're definitely trying to encourage people to use it more because it's not as intuitive as Goodreads, but also it's new and it's a startup, right? Like, and in order for things to get better, more people have to use them, and you know what I mean, like get more traffic and stuff. Lord, hey Bree, it's so good to see you. Hey, I didn't realize Storygraph. But I feel like that's the number one reason why I clicked on it because I feel like I started using Storygraph a year ago, for the Missy Elliott readathon and everything. Yeah, it's crazy. All book agents aren't lawyers because the ones who are talk about having to negotiate stuff out those contracts all the time. That to me, can we talk about that's why that's the number one reason I chose not to be traditionally published because it's weird to me that the person who's determining what's in my contract and what's good for me has never went to law school. They know nothing
Mhm.
about actual contracts themselves. They just know things about how contracts in the book industry work. And for not for nothing, the agents work more for the publishing companies and houses than they do for the actual authors. So they're not necessarily, in my opinion, guaranteed to do what's best for you. It's do what's best for them.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Part of why I
Like
want to
a
do indie publishing is like just so that I can have more of that interaction and have like more, not necessarily one on one, but like something that's not as um clinical, I think is the word, as like with the big five. So like being able to work more closely with the agent and with the publisher and like with the people who are working on my book. And I don't know where I'm going with this anymore.
You're fine. You're fine. So you're saying not that you want an indie publish yourself, you want to go with like an indie publisher is what you mean?
No, like I am like for when I have something ready to publish, I am looking at like indie houses and small
Yeah,
presses.
that's what I was asking. Yeah, like
Yeah.
indie publish. Yeah, so when you said indie, I was trying to know if you meant like indie publishing houses or indie as in you're gonna publish it yourself. That's
Yes.
what I was
Publishing
confused at. Okay,
houses.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, no. Because I feel like Vina told me that Ray Bear was published with like an indie press.
I think.
Um, like it was, if not an indie press, it's definitely a smaller press. I believe she said. Vina, definitely, you're in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what I remember us talking about before, and me just be like, okay, wow, like that definitely helps to shift perspective, especially because Ray Bearer does so many things that in the publishing industry they tell us not to do. Right,
Mm-hmm.
storyline. Right, they do. They just be focusing on the money, money, not the strict no compete clauses, having say in the cover, having approval of the final content. This part, because the non compete clauses is what gets people.
Mm-hmm.
Like to know that you can't write or publish another book in the genre that you write within a year, meaning that you have to continuously make sure there's a book coming out that next year. That drastically changes the money that you make, especially if you have with what they're doing with the splitting up of the payments and you getting them in smaller chunks further apart than you were before. Any author, self-published, triad, or hybrid need to protect themselves with a lawyer. I don't care if your agent negotiates for you to protect yourself. Have a lawyer review, right? And most people don't.
Right.
Most people
Because
don't.
most people think like that's the job of the
As an
agent,
agent,
but
that's
no, you absolutely need a lawyer in this
it's
industry.
like when people think that like HR is for the employees. It's not. It's for
Mm-hmm.
the company.
Mm-hmm.
Like HR is always going to do what's best for the company.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Non-complete clauses, I forgot what they mean. So it's like where you can't do business with someone else in this way. So like for writers, it would be like if you publish so okay, so like Lizelle published a urban fantasy, contemporary fantasy, right? She could not publish another urban fantasy in YA at the time that those came out. So, switch genres, go further out that part. So you can't like some people have clauses like that in their thing that they can't do that. And that limits what you can put out. If you can only put out one book a year and they don't pay you for it all up front, they pay it for you in payments, like that changes that, especially if you got like a smaller advance, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why all these authors trying to write across age categories and genres, and that's really not everybody's ministry. Exactly, because if you can't publish in YA, then what do? They go to middle grade or they go to adult, and we're seeing that all y'all can't do that. I
Right.
already did and these non-complete causes prevent you from even self-publishing your own work. Also, when you publish a work for a publisher, everything that's in it that's tied to it belongs to that publisher. So you can't do like prequels or spin-offs or anything like that without that publisher's permission. And they're not always going to do that. I just got back from picking up food. Hey, love that you're eating. And please, everybody, get your wills done and protect your work. Your books will survive you, and you should make sure that whoever you want to inherit, make sure you have it protected in your will. Cool thing that I was reading, not cool thing, it's actually like, what the hell is this? So, all works that are published after 1989, like I want to say it's March 1st, 1989, they become, uh, they become, what is it? What's the word of what Sherlock Holmes and Mickey
Uh,
Mouse, the original Mickey Mouse,
Public
are coming in?
domain.
Public domain. They become public domain 7 years after you die. 70
Mm.
years after you die. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of time. That means in 70 years as you die, anybody can do whatever with your stories and stuff, unless you do it anonymously. Now, if you do it anonymously or pseudonymously, it's 120 years from the day that it's published. Think about that. Another reason I've been like, y'all, the more that you look into and exactly law, right? Like we're talking about, you look into and you learn, the more you're like, y'all really just want to make money off of people for forever. Because in 70 years after I die, I still have a child or a grandchild. So somebody that's like even met me in my family that could still be getting money from that y'all are taking away from them. Why?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy,
It
y'all. So
is.
many different things. So it's more so like stuff, things that I want to like sit down with a lawyer and find out, how long can I protect something that I've created? How long is it mine and my family's and ours before capitalism in America can take take it, right? Like, that's crazy, y'all. Um, Also, some of these contracts give the publisher first option to your ideas too. Oh, for sure. For sure. Like anything that you come up with. So like so for a non-complete cause that I had for a job, so I worked for Sylvan Learning Center, and I was working in one of their corporate places. So for 7 years after 7 years after I worked for them, or I stopped working for them, I could not work or start uh like a tutoring company or anything like that without having to pay them, or like give that idea or that thing to them, because
Mm-hmm.
that's the clause is crazy. How would you do that if you die? You can't copyright books. Like that's what the publishing part of it is. So it's not the same in that. You change ownership, it doesn't change, like the ownership changes when you die, right? That's what the estate happens, right? So your family has it. That doesn't change. It goes off of literally the author's death and 70 years after that and the name. Yeah, this is why Agatha Christie brand is so good. She was smart. She created her own company and she's been there for a long time, but her family's still able to share her works and keep the cash. Right. Like you have to find other ways to do it because you can't. Right. But you can't if you die, is my point. Right. So like here was the example that I gave. So you publish a book, right, in like 2023. Something happens, you die before the end of the year. They have 70 years to do that, right? Every idea
Mm-hmm.
that you had at the time that you died, you couldn't copyright all of them. You can't afford to pay to copyright every single idea that you have. Is my point, right? Like all of those things. So it's not a feasible thing without being able to do what Agatha Christie did and do a brand. Is my point. I have a non-complete cause for my job, which says I can't work for another company in the same industry at the same time. See, so I had that for USA, but like I said, like whatchamacallit was like, even after I left them, I couldn't go work for like a competing or do something like that for 7 years. Again, in saying that these are things that can be allowed.
Yeah.
But and again, ideas still don't change the book and the creation of the book. Right? That's why this whole public domain thing is like, it's an interesting conversation to look at and to have when you're looking to publish things for yourself and make money off of them. Because these don't apply to things that were published before 1989,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you would think that old boy who did Sherlock Holmes has definitely been dead for 70 years. Also, when the rights will revert back to you is important too, especially if your publisher imprint folds. Exactly.
Absolutely. I
Exactly.
was, when was that? I think earlier this year or like later last, no, it was later last year. An author that I follow was waiting for the rights to revert back to her for one of her series because, like, it was one that she wasn't really getting a lot of money from anyway. And she had other things that she wanted to do with it, like self publish it. Um, but then the rights ended up not being reverted back to her. So like now she's got to wait out that whole time period again, and that's insane to me.
Yeah, non-compete clauses. That's giving ownership of a person. I don't know. Well, like everything in entertainment industry, like in the creative space, you're giving ownership to someone else if you don't do it yourself. Like you have to do it, which is crazy. My friend's editor has final say over the content in her book, and them not liking aspects of it is delaying release. No, like that's totally true. Like that's the other part of publishing. Like if they don't like it, if they don't think it's gonna work, like they have final say over that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like if they
I'm not
decide,
with it.
well, this isn't popular in the market right now,
Right,
that's it.
right, right. Or what your cover will look like because what we think this cover will get us more money. So this is the cover we're gonna go with. Such a
Mm-hmm.
deep, deep, deep conversation. And like I said, like y'all, like I was a double business major, so like it definitely is something that I've been like diving deeper and deeper into. I remember that. I remember that's who I was gonna bring up was Kelly, to self publish Hollywood Homicide last year when the rights reverted back to her. They folded years ago, but it took so long to do that. I'm not a writer, so I'm sitting here thinking American Idol. A lot of black authors don't protect their works, and they're starting to have the same sad story that black performers had back in the day when they all made those records but never saw any money. Exactly, exactly. Because again, like here's the part that it'll never cease to amaze me that we continue to forget that these companies don't exist without us as creatives.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all aren't writing the books. Y'all aren't making the songs. Y'all aren't making the movies. Like y'all need screenwriters, y'all need actors, y'all need singers, y'all need writers, illustrators. Y'all need these things. And if we as creatives decided to hold companies more accountable for the things that they do and the way that they treat us and the way that they pay us, things would have to change, right? Like if you as a performer, as a creative person, stopped doing what it was that was giving people this entertainment, things would change. Imagine if nobody
Mm-hmm.
played sports anymore. Nobody acted, nobody did TV shows, nobody wrote anything. Everything about our culture would cease to exist because all these
Mm-hmm.
things inform culture. So it's like we have such an important job and such an important presence in our society, but it's not looked at as that way. And part of it is because we also, as creatives, don't see it that way.
Mm-hmm. One of
You
the
know,
things that I've noticed, for people who are on TikTok, when Megan the Stallion had that song "Hands on My Knees," black creators all just kind of agreed, we're not going to do anything for this because there were so many white creators making those dances viral and then not giving any credit. So black creators just kind of, as a unit, said, we're not going to do anything for this.
and
We're
I
going to
wish
see what
it would have
happens.
lasted longer because it didn't last that long. And some people still like the hard part is they have made such a big deal on black unity and how bad it could and is supposedly supposed to be that we can't for the life of us do it because for some reason the way that we've created this society is, well, if they don't play I will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, we all have to stop playing so that the game changes. Yep. It didn't do anything long term because we went back to creating again.
Yeah.
That's why we went back to creating again. We didn't stop creating and move to a different space. We didn't stop creating. We stopped for a little while. We had our little laugh at them being ridiculous and not knowing how to do anything. And then we
Mm-hmm.
went back to creating because I've seen what, like 13 more dances since then? That a lot of folks giving studios the option rights for the books and the movies and shows aren't being made. And that's another thing is I wonder how many people think about the fact that some people option your book or movie just so that it can't be made by somebody else. Like they're not
Mm.
actively working on it, but so neither is anyone else. Things to think about. All right, last comment. Angela says, law tip of the day. If you have an agent but don't want to take your contract to a lawyer, avoid the word in perpetuity. It's a huge red flag. Run. All right, we're going to leave that as the last thing. Do you have anything, outros, announcements, or anything like that before we go?
I don't think so. I plan to stream on Tuesday next week on Twitch, and that channel name is also Maya Riot. I am planning to stream.
I ain't say nothing. Because I showed, like, stared at my phone like 4 times last night. Like, if she don't say nothing, I ain't going to say nothing. And she don't say nothing, I ain't going to say
Oh,
nothing.
that's right. I thought. I'm sorry. I thought that I wasn't gonna do Friday. That is
Oh,
my
did
bad.
you? Did you? Oh, was the
I might have.
concert yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sure did. I totally
Yeah.
forgot. So there, that makes sense. That you didn't say nothing. Never mind. I was like, as soon as you said, I thought I said no right concert. I remember it. Never mind.
Mhm,
All
mhm.
right, y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. Remember the Missy Elliott Readathon announcements went up. There's a playlist on my channel so that you can see them. Tomorrow, I'm not sure that I'll do two short stories or two self care Sunday streams, but I'll at least do one. It'll probably be in the morning on Twitch so I can like have my herbal medicine and laugh and joke with y'all and listen to some music. But I will catch y'all next time. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.